Good morning, everybody. Tuesday, May 14th, 2019. And as you can see by today's title, some pretty serious business here on YouTube. And this ain't no joke. You know, when I do my street streams in places like Oakland and places like Las Vegas, and the times I've streamed in LA and will be streaming in LA, particularly night streaming, it can, to some people, can look very fascinating. The numbers of people that join these hangouts sometimes can be, well into the hundreds, no matter what time of night it is. It's very fascinating, and it's safe for you guys to ride along in your armchair, your bed, or wherever you are that you're watching. But one place you may not want to be, one place I in fact think you don't want to be, is out doing the same type of thing that I'm doing. Now, I was raised in a different era. I was raised in a time where I was much more in tune with the streets in places like Baltimore growing up. I'm much more in tune with people. I'm not a product of the social media world. I'm a product of the real world. Therefore, I have developed skills of the street that a lot of people don't have today. Let's just recognize that as true. I spend much more time, probably by an exponential factor of 100 times more time on the street than the average 25-year-old today. Therefore, I think I became pretty wise, pretty sensitive to crap that could come down in a community. I can look down an alley and something tells me don't do it, or okay, do it, don't do it. It ain't going to be perfect. I expect one time when I'm live streaming, I'm going to run into some serious problems. But I have to tell you, I don't want anything to happen to you. And when I get the emails from people asking about camera equipment and asking me what I think about going into this particular neighborhood in Cleveland, there's this one gal's like, oh, you know, my girlfriend and I would like to do this one night. It looks like a real hoot. It ain't going to be a hoot if something happens to you. Because in urban areas today with police departments, they got a real good excuse of why they can't come quick, because they're stretched to the hilt. Okay? And their other rationale for not coming quickly these days is, unfortunately, and to some extent, you know it's true whether you want to believe it or not, that a lot of police departments are of the opinion today that it's criminal and criminal crime, and if something happens down in the unsavory end of town, well, what's one less thug? Nobody in their right mind would be wandering around with any positive thing on the mind to accomplish or do in such neighborhoods. So it must be, you know, a drug dealer or another thug gets wasted, a gang member, big deal. In other words, if you get in trouble on the streets, don't blame me. You know, if you get in trouble on the streets, just recognize the fact that the chances of cops rolling up within a 15 minutes or a half hour are going to be very slim in a lot of these areas that make the most exciting choo-ching places. I'm not going to kid you. And, you know, I would be less than responsible if I didn't tell you don't do it. Don't go out on the streets. Don't do this type of activity. Don't do it on night. Find some other things to do, some zoos, some public places, some beautiful waterfronts, okay? Leave the dangerous stuff to knuckleheads like me and the things that I do and the experience that I have doing it. I don't want anything to happen to anybody on YouTube, but boy, do I have a lot of fear about that, because I see more and more people. The IRL thing is exploding. Yes, I brought it into the Boyd, the in real life streaming to the Boyd. I see more people doing the IRL streaming now. Be careful. You know, I'm an old bat. You know, I've had most of my life, most of my experiences. Yeah, I want to have a lot of years ahead of doing that. But, you know, if you're younger, as these girls were in their 30s, and they think this might be fun to do on a Friday night just for shits and giggles, it might be the worst decision that you ever made. So I'm going to put it out there. Please don't be stupid. This kind of thing is my worst nightmare. When somebody has no concept of what they're doing except how to upload a live stream and get that going on YouTube, may be in more trouble than they ever bargained for, and there ain't no cavalry going to be coming over the hill to bail them out. And we're still everybody's going to shut their doors and windows and nobody's going to have seen a damn thing. Okay? Just a word to the wise. Okay? Thanks, everybody.